Good morning, everybody, and this is your DAX day trade setups for today, the 9th of January. So we do have earnings season kicking off this week. Some earnings coming through in the UK and Europe this week, and then the USA kicks off on Friday. So could be a situation of us just waiting for that. Now, we did get a fairly strong move to the upside, and this has been a solid weekly bar for the DAX, if you look at that. So the reality of what we're seeing here, specifically on the higher time frames, is we have a massive inverse head and shoulders here. We also have this weekly double bottom. Get it right. So there is our double bottom. And you can see where that targets us. That takes us to the previous highs, basically. And then the head and shoulders is going to be a little bit bigger than that, and that takes us to a new all-time high. So that's kind of the setup that we've got at the moment. So it's going to get that in. If you look at it from a weekly perspective, first top of range, there's a range that we had for 2021, and now sort of a visit to the top there this year, and then possibly a breakout and a move up here. So that could take a long extended period of time, but that's what is brewing when you look at this weekly bar here. So when we start drilling down through the time frames now, you'll start seeing a very, very bullish picture. So firstly, we've got a crossover of the moving averages. We're above all the moving averages on the 8 hour, and we have broken through quite a bit of structure here. I'm just going to put this all in. Let's just do that. So there is a very strong zone of resistance that we've had in the past that we have broken through. So if you start getting down to the levels we want to trade, you can see there was the consolidation, and that is a consolidation flag or megaphone formation, which we broke out to the upside. So any pullback to come and test this breakout is an opportunity to buy. And we've got this measured move here, which that is basically the double bottom target here. Not target, that's the double bottom measured move. So if you draw a line from there to there, and you put it at the bottom here, and you move it, point it to the upside, it's going to give you another measured move. But anyway, let's just get down to the hour, because what we're looking for today is opportunities. And right now, it's looking like a flag. So if we get a break above 14,700 and a retest, that is an opportunity for a long. Oscillator's a little bit oversold, overbought at the moment, so I would wait for a deeper pullback. And the other opportunity that we do have, I'm just going to use, sorry, let's just get the 15-minute for this rather. So there is the first opportunity that we should be looking for, is 14,623, and then we can, for a much deeper pullback, we'd look at this. Just pay attention to this intraday gap that we had here when the US data came out on Friday afternoon. So this was non-farm payrolls, just move up and move down, and then manufacturing CPI came out, and that's what drove this up to the upside. So for me on the DAX, we do have a little bit of a range here today. There it is there. So range break is probably the trade that I would prefer to trade, and that's going to be a break above, I'd say 14,700. We need to get above 47, come back and test that. That would give us an opportunity to buy. Alternatively, we're looking for a visit to 14,623. What may also happen, it may form a flag, sort of just being a Monday, being a sort of a gentle decline into a flag before building a opportunity for us to get in. So that's the first opportunity. If we do get through this, then I would wait further down at 14,535. But I don't think that's going to happen. To be honest, I think this is probably, we'll be lucky if it gets to 14,623. Personally, I think we're probably just going to pull back slightly here. Buyers are going to step in, and they're going to push it through this 14,700. and they're going to try and continue this momentum at the moment on the DAX. So it's starting to look really bullish. It doesn't matter on which time frame you're looking at it. Daily is bullish. It's just really the weekly that we've got one crossover. Yeah, we don't have the other crossover just yet. But yeah, that's kind of my view today. If we do get through this area this week, and obviously we've got all these tails here that are going to try and kick us back and give us office resistance. So pay attention to those levels. For any moves to the upside, I would have these levels in play. So I would just keep drawing them in. All these fractals on the weekly, just draw them in, and then you can come back down to the lower time frames. And the minute you start seeing price get to those levels, take profit. Wait for the pullback, next opportunity to buy, and then you get back in. So this is starting to look really, really structured, a lot more structured than the US market anyway. Okay, so that's kind of my view today. Either a breakout or a pullback on structure is opportunity to buy. Just pay attention to your oscillators on the 15-minute, and if you have got the time, you can watch the 5-minute and just wait for the pullbacks on the 5-minute. Start breaking through the moving averages, then you should just go to a higher time frame and look further down where the opportunity is. Last thing just to bear in mind, there are gaps all the way down on Friday's move. So there is a possibility that it pulls back to close gaps. Gaps are always magnets, and they are all over the place. You can see this in the 50-minute. There's one right there. There's another one there. There's a big one here. So, you know, all of this whole move from 5 o'clock South African time, that's GMT +2 on Friday, could be taken out by a pullback to come and close these gaps. So that is a probability as well. But anyway, you want to be trading up, you want to wait for the pullback on structure, and you want to buy. That's basically what we're looking for. Hope that helps, and we'll catch up with you tomorrow morning. Cheers for now.